Hey, Jared, what's up, dude?
Hey, Dr. John, what's up?
I'm just rocking on to the break of dawn, brother. Just got in from Charlotte, North Carolina, and landed here in Nashville. What are you up to?
Taking my lunch break at work right now, actually.
Awesome. What's up?
So my question is about work, in a way. How can I prioritize sleep when my job requires getting up at early hours?
Tell me more. Tell me more about it.
Well, I've had this job for about a year now, and I thought I was adjusting to the sleep schedule okay. In order to get, really ready for work and everything in the morning, I got to get up around 5, which is new to me. And I've been having just recently, I've been having some trouble prioritizing sleep, I guess. I'm trying to take steps in my life to prioritize my health, but I'm finding it difficult to get a good night's sleep. Even if I head to bed when I say I will, sometimes I'll just wake up and, I have some trouble falling back asleep. And then I get frustrated and start overthinking things because, I promised myself I'd get 7 hours today, and I promised myself I'd be ready for work and be ready to put in a good day at work, and it just didn't work out that way. So,
Yeah.
And I'm coming off of being kind of a night owl too.
Okay.
So that's part of my issue is I enjoy the night. I enjoy doing things at night, and I get a lot of energy at night. And it's not so much that I miss that, but sometimes when it gets time for bed, I find I get these bursts of energy, and I don't want to waste them, kind of.
Sure. So what's this new job you've taken?
It's delivery. So I show up early in the morning. My truck is all ready for me, and I get sent out kind of all over the place, all over the state of Colorado.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, a couple things going on here. There are sleep chronotypes that are just shifting, and there's some pretty fascinating evolutionary psychology about those, and I just love geeking out on it. But I get up at 5 every morning, plus or minus 5 or 10 minutes, and I love it. And I go to bed at super geek. If I'm lucky with an 8 in front, but usually I go to bed 9:30 at the latest 10. Unless I'm going to a concert, and then I know it's just going to cost me and it's worth it, right? So it's intentional, but it is what it is. That's how my body was designed, and I love it. But I feel for people who don't, man, because it's hard on the flip side. Hard. I guess the question before you is, do you want to quit your job? Or are you able to look for work that allows you to work and stay up into the night that wouldn't require you to be up and at 'em and on the job at 6 a.m. or whenever you actually have to be there? Or do you want to begin to, and I don't know, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know, I'm going to get out over my skis, and so I don't know about shifting chronotypes. I've heard up or down. I would get into Matt Walker's podcast and Matthew Walker's book, Why We Sleep. That'd be where I'd go. That's the gold standard. And he's been on Dr. Atia's podcast. He's been on Huberman's podcast. He is the guy. But what I have found in my life is I've been able to shift it over time, and maybe not shift my chronotype, but shift my sleeping patterns to where now it's really tough for me. I was at an event last night, and I left early and went to bed. I was just tired. Like, my body's just like, dude, it's time to go to bed. And I popped right up this morning. So all I can tell you is you have to put in a series of practices and say, I want this to be part of my life. And even when I don't want it to be, even when I don't feel like it, I'm going to act like it. And over time, this is just N equals 1. I felt my body shift. So talk to me about when you get home.
Okay, sure. Well, when I get home, the first thing I do is meal prep, because I'm still kind of riding work motivation and work energy. And so when I'm still in that work mind frame, that's the best time to get things done. But
Okay.
And I'm trying to prioritize meal prepping. But after that, it's kind of, if you put your feet up for 10 minutes, you might be there for the rest of the night type of deal.
Yeah. Do you exercise?
Irregularly.
Okay. So here's a couple of things I would shift. Number one, I would make exercise a everyday practice. And you can lift 3 or 4 days a week, and that's important, but just movement of any kind. Do you have any kind of supplementation that you take?
Protein powder, for what that's worth.
Okay. I would follow up with some of those guys. I've been knick-knacking around I've been messing with sleep supplements forever. I would stay as far away as possible from pharmaceutical aids that are hypnotics, that knock you unconscious, basically. But man, I've seen some personally, I've seen some incredible success. Something as simple as the Organifi Gold stuff, and yes, they're a show sponsor, and yes, they pay us to be on that show, but that's what I use. And Thorne products, phosphatidylserine, and again, GABA and melatonin. There's all kinds of things out there that are pretty low risk, depending on who you ask and depending what Instagram follower you follow. But there's lots of things that can help begin to inch you towards things. Another thing I would tell you is, do you have friends, community, family?
I have them, but I don't see them super frequently.
Okay. It's going to sound counterintuitive, but do you live by yourself? Are you single?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Trying some sort of regular dinner practice with some friends. Because here's what I think happens to a lot of us. We have no friends. We've got no community or connection except we're just texting people every once in a while. Or we'll talk on the phone while we're on the road or whatever. We owe a lot of money. We've got a house. We've got a mortgage. We've got a car payment. We've got some credit cards here and there. We're just kind of out there. We don't move very much. And I can go on and on and on. I'll put it as simply as I can. Your body would be failing you if it let you sleep knowing you're the only person in your tribe. Your body would be failing you if it let you sleep knowing you alone are responsible for protection, provision, for safety, for gathering. It would be failing. It would be failing you if it knew that if one boss decided to let you go, they're going to take your home, your cars, your food, right? Because you're leveraged with your finances. So all these things that we do on a regular basis, that's you put your head on your pillow and it just starts spinning. A lot of us just have podcasts in our ears all day, every day. We got music, we've got phone, we're just jam-packed. And so when we put our head on our pillow, that's the first time our body can exhale and go, hey, you're not paying attention. We're about to die. You're all by yourself. And what is going to happen? You know what I mean? And it just spins and spins and spins and spins. And that's that adrenaline and that's that cortisol dump. And then you're back up and you're back at them again.
Yeah.
And
those pillow thoughts.
Yeah. So I'll tell you a great exercise. You get home, you meal prep, you go lift.
Oh, okay.
You meet a couple of friends. What time you get off of work?
Usually afternoon, 2 to 4, let's call it.
Perfect. Get home, meal prep, or you know what? Don't meal prep, go straight to the gym. I'm going to tell you right now, for the first 30 days, it's going to be hellacious because you're going to be tired from driving and you're going to be all stiff and wonky. I'm going to hook you up with any workout from my buddies at Mind Pump, okay? They're the best of the best workout programs. I got 5 million of them in there. They're the ones I use on it. I just did one before I came here. So I got off the plane, went home, exercised, and I came up here to the office. They're amazing. But I'll hook you up with those, and I want you to go straight to the gym and do it, okay? And then come home, meal prep, call a buddy, and then y'all go out and have dinner. When you get home, I want you to, this is going to sound so cheesy and nerdy, just two dudes talking here. I want you to have some sort of journal that you write out how the day went, how you're feeling, what you're scared about, what you're happy about. Do what?
That I can do. I recently started journaling.
Awesome. And here's what we're doing. We're getting those, we're teaching our body that there's a process for these thoughts. That it doesn't need to spin us up. It doesn't need to get our attention with these anxiety alarms. It doesn't need to drag us underwater. You're driving. You're good. You know. My guess is after 30 days, your body will be so tired from exercise, from intentionality and movement, you'll begin to fall asleep sooner and sooner and sooner.
Yeah. Well, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah. And again, I know my supplement routine. I want to be in the habit of I don't get out over my skis. I'm not a nutritionist. I don't have a PhD in nutrition, and I'm not a medical doctor. So You can get online and find some of these guys' protocols that they put out there. Lane Norton, Dr. Huberman, Dr. Attia, those are some great guys. Dr. Walker, some great guys that you can listen to. And they put out all of them have different protocols, and they're all valid, and they're all good. Mine's different. It's kind of a combo of all of theirs, and it changes with some regularity. Last night I was on the road, and I had a different one that I'd have at my house. But all that's just me tinkering with it, okay? All that to say is be hyper-intentional for 30 days. Be hyper-intentional for 30 days, 60 days. Just give yourself 2 months to try.
Okay.
And if your chronotype is so set that, man, life happens for you between the hours of 9 p.m. and midnight, then you might need to think about, as a single guy, I'm going to start looking to shift either my delivery schedule, or can I go to the warehouse, or I might need to start going to night school, and I'm going to cash out on some sleep for about a year, and I'm going to get trained in something else. I'm going to go do something else. But all of this rests on this one moment. Good for you for trying to prioritize sleep and recognizing how freaking important sleep is to every facet of your life. And if your body won't let you sleep, it's one of those core functions. Often, in my experience, the body is not the problem. The body's trying to get your attention and let you know there's other stuff that's unresolved. Relationships, finance, safety, professional work, purpose, whatever it may be, time. Always shoving new info in your head over and over and over and over, right? Having no space. There's no prayer and meditation. There's no time for stillness. So if your body's trying to keep you awake, honor it. And here's one last thing. If you go to sleep, you finally get yourself to bed at 9 o'clock, you crash, and you're back up at 10:30, and you lay there for 5 or 10 minutes, just get up. Have a chair that you go read in, that you go watch an Office episode rerun, and get out of bed and let your body start over again. Whew. Have another cup of tea, have another cup of Organifi Gold, and then go back to bed. And then we'll do this thing again. But if you stay there in bed, then your bed becomes a source of anxiety and tension, and you don't want to go get in bed, and it starts frustrating you. And by the way, don't go to war with your body. If it wakes you up in the middle of the night, you can go, this sucks, I was going to try to dude, then your body's off to war. Or you can go, man, you woke me up again. I wonder what you're trying to protect me from. You can go grab your journal. You can go grab, the Office or whatever, and just reset. Be curious with yourself. Don't be judgmental and angry. Hope that helps, my brother. I've wrestled my entire life with sleep, and after about a year and a half, 2 years of freakishly devoted attention to it, man, I can fall asleep just about anywhere now. So thanks for the call. I'm confident you can get there. Check out, again, Dr. Matthew Walker's work. We'll link to it in the show notes here, and be really curious with yourself. Thanks for the call, brother.